Is where I must tell you that evangelical Christians have differences of opinion, and that is concerning whether Jesus Christ will come secretly for the church before the 7-year period of great tribulation and then come publicly to the earth. I think about 90% of believers, born-again believers, and perhaps most of you believe that Jesus Christ will come 7 years before, as soon as the tribulation starts, and secretly rapture the church. I believed it too as a young Christian because I was taught that. But as I studied the scriptures carefully, honestly, I discovered it's not true. I searched the scriptures, the New Testament. I could not find one verse. I studied it for 50 years that taught that. And I discovered it was a teaching of man that arose in England about 150 years ago. Nobody believes it in the persecuted countries like China or in the old communist countries. Nobody would believe it. It arose in countries that had never experienced persecution for centuries. And it's a very comfortable doctrine. Many of you have heard of Corrie ten Boom, the Dutch lady who was imprisoned in the Nazi concentration camps and came out of it. She went to China and she met some of the pastors after the communists had taken over. And they told her the reason why many Christians lost their faith and forsook Christ was because the missionaries never told us that we would go through tribulation and persecution. They always told us, Jesus will come and take you up. Take you up. We waited for Jesus to come, and instead of Jesus, the communists came. And we got persecuted. And it's not been 7 years, it's been year after year after year after year, and we lost our faith. See, this doctrine has not prepared people for persecution. 30 years ago, I started preaching in India. We must prepare the church in India for persecution. Most people didn't agree with me. I said 90% of believers. They thought it was a false doctrine. But it's happening in India today. In the last 1 year, we've seen more persecution, more Christians killed. In India, I've never seen it in all my 70 years. And I believe that one way or the other, persecution is going to come to every land. And we have to be faithful to the Lord. If you're looking for a life of comfort, forget about being a Christian. If you want to follow Jesus, remember what Jesus said in John 16:33. In the world you will have tribulation.